the top. This the heart of the dot, the number one spot. This the heart of the dot. We climbing to the top, the number one spot. Ayy. This the heart of the dot. We climbing to the top. This the heart of the dot, the number one spot. This the heart of the dot. We climbing to the top, the number one spot. Ayy. Chrissy, me, heart of the dot. Ayy, ayy, ayy.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Heart of the Dot with your girl Meesh and your girl
Chrissy.
Hey, so listen, we are getting into a series of dating, singleness, relationship, friendship, marriage, all of that.
Situationships.
All of that, okay? Because we know a lot of y'all was in one. So yeah. So today we are doing our segment on being single as a black young adult, male, female. So joining us on the show today, we have Derek and Brent. Welcome, welcome to the show.
Thank y'all for having us.
No problem. Absolutely no problem. So let's just jump right in it. Why are y'all single?
I would say that
And don't
one of the
give
reasons.
Okay, rubbing his hands like.
Don't give that everybody is, I'm so good and I can't find nobody.
Right.
Nah, I would never downplay the fact, because there's somebody out there for everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that one of the prime reasons why I'm single is because I know what I want and my alpha male ways come off as aggression. Like if I want to spend time with you, I'm down to spend that time with you. If I'm making the time to call you, you know what I'm saying? I would want that in return. If I can't get that in return, you're not bringing to what I want for me. So.
Well, you think that they think that that's aggressive? Like, because I don't think, like, if somebody
That's
in
not
me
aggressive
is
at all.
interested in me and you take the steps to show me that you're interested in me, that's going to make, exactly, like, I'm going to be all over it.
Well, let's say that some people may think that you have too much time, so.
Okay.
So you think that in dating, you like to spend a lot of time and it's kind of like suffocating a little bit?
You know what, you can definitely say.
But I know people are like that, but it's like this is the dating phase. Like y'all gotta spend that time to get to know each other, grow with each other. Y'all gotta be out with one another to see how y'all are in public, at home. Like I don't understand why that would be such an
Now,
issue.
is that dating or relationship? Because see, for dating, for me, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to spend the night every single day. I don't want to be with you day in and day out.
I don't care.
Why haven't you called me?
I need to know from the beginning what's up with you. Like I ain't got no time to waste. So
Okay.
that's just me. That's
Okay.
just me.
That's true.
And you know what, I can't say that I have messed up delivery. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm be like, let's how about this? We gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? We don't do that. It's like, so what you doing in there, if my plans don't go through, I'm mad. Because I took the time out to set them plans up and it's like, oh, so now you feel like you got something to do after we done already talked about this. Now you got something to do. So it's like, all right, go do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like you put more effort? So like, because if you are doing, in dating, if you're setting up dates, if you are initiating all the interactions, when do you take a step back and say, let me evaluate who I'm attracted to? Because I feel like the problem comes in is that we are attracted to people who are not attracted to us.
And I can most definitely say that because I have went through a situation back in 2018 for that same reason. I was told that I love that person more than they love me. So it was like, I spent this time with you and opened up to you to show you that I was actually there for you 100%. And it was like, my good enough wasn't good enough for you because you wasn't feeling it from the jump. So it kind of tear you down from the dating, but then again, it's like I can't have that holding me back on the situation of one person messed it up, nobody else messed it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those situations on where you want to get your feet wet or not. So
dating is definitely a huge gamble. Like you gotta get out there, and it's like I don't know if I want to do it, but it's like you don't know if you don't try. But then it's like when you try and then you end up in situations like that, it's like, man, fuck the dating life. Like, ain't nobody about to be putting up with that. So it's
I feel like
definitely-
another thing with dating is more of don'ts. I don't like this, I don't like that, but it's not more of let's do this to build this, or let's do this to build that. You know, so
High expectations.
it's like if one person don't like some quality about you, they not messing with you.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like you gotta be perfect.
Right.
Basically.
Nobody's perfect.
Exactly.
At all.
And I
Everybody
think that's
got
what I
funky
had to
draws.
realize too, was that because when I was dating, I would be talking to somebody and that was me. Like as soon as you do like one thing that turns me off, I'm like,
Out of there,
this
you're
is
cut.
exactly why.
Blocked.
Yeah, this is exactly why. I should have known. And blocked immediately. Like, no, there's no second chance.
Right.
But I had to get over that because I'm like, when I think about my personality, like for one, I'm a baby. I can be a little bitchy. And I don't have any patience. So like, say if we about to get dressed and you take it too long, I'm like, exactly, after we didn't already took a long time. So I know that can be irritating. And I'm just like, so what does this person have to deal with me?
Yeah.
And so that's what I had to open up my eyes to see with dating. But that don't mean that you just go and let people do you any type of way.
Right.
Or you don't have to accept it. And I think that for me, I think that that's what we have too many expectations too early on. Instead of just getting to know people.
That's me.
Yeah, and dating people with the expectations of we're gonna be something, because that's something like me too. You know, and it's because we're getting older. You know what I mean? So we feel like
we're pushing 30. We're ready to
We
get
start
married.
we
We're
start
ready
we
to
start
settle
knowing
down.
what we want more in life.
Yeah.
At that time, I mean, back in the day was you was dating on attributes. Oh, I heard he got this. Oh, I heard he got that. But now it's when you get older, it's like, who can I build with? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to build no type of stress. I'm trying to build a credit score. What goes like that? But I mean, in both ways, men do the same thing too. Oh, well, I'm going to try to talk to her. She got a big butt. I heard she got some good. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
Derek?
Okay, because you knew
What's-
we was coming. Okay. We got a lot of
Well, I'm going to get you that shot.
I was letting my boy get all this everything on his chest, man. I mean, plain and simple, I'm just single because I know what I want. I just ain't found it yet.
So what do you want?
I mean,
Simple.
I just want somebody that fits me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside the expectations, I feel like when you get into a relationship, when you dating, every situation goes to like that honeymoon phase where like y'all like each other, y'all vibing. But I'm looking out like after that, past that, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it still something that we can build on? You know what I'm saying? I just ain't found that yet. Like, I didn't dated women that I like, and in the beginning, it's like, okay, she might be that one.
Right.
And once you get past that honeymoon stage, it's like, yeah,
You see
I
all
don't know,
that.
So what are some
you know,
things that turned y'all off?
I'ma just real talk.
Inconsistency.
I'm gonna tell you that too, but and I don't want women to take this the wrong way. I was just in a situation, like a little relationship that
Relationship.
I ain't gonna say it was a situation.
Oh, it was
we
a
was
relationship.
actually together.
Together.
But she was extremely clingy to the point where it's like she wanted us to be together 24 hours every day.
Yeah, I gotta hang
and it's
out.
like I gotta work, I got family, I got friends, I need space, like I got shit I wanna do outside of seeing you all the time. And it's like she couldn't understand that. So that's something like people gotta understand, you can be together, that's fine, but you also gotta have time for you. And they need to have time for them, because if you up under somebody all day, every day, you're gonna start getting tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's probably I can say that's probably one of my downfalls as well. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like if we talking, I wanna be with you. Because at the end of the day, the goal is marriage.
Right.
So we're gonna have to be with each other. Not saying that you can't go be with your friends, or not saying you can't go do this by yourself, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to spend that time with you. If I can get in that kitchen and cook for you, run that bath water, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say I'd be expecting the same thing, because I mean, some people are built different, and you know, me being an independent person, just going and getting it like I was getting it, I'm expected to do it by myself anyway.
But that might be too much too early on, because see, I feel like I'm the same way. Now, too much time together is gonna push me away because I don't miss you. You know, I like to miss you. I like to not see you because if we could go a week, and we could talk on the phone, we could text all day, but if we don't have to see each other, and then the weekend comes, or we see each other in the middle of next week. Yeah. So every single time we got so much to catch up on. Oh, I wanted to show you this. We got stuff to talk about. But if we are on the phone all day, seeing each other all day, after so long, we're gonna run out of conversations to have.
Because the conversation gets boring once you talking all day. It's like, okay, well, we on the phone, we just sitting here, we scrolling Facebook, listen to each other breathe. So I get that.
And that's me. I'm a hating ass person.
Bakery.
I give it the what you doing phase. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me on the phone, what am I doing more than 3 times? We ain't got nothing to talk about. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing I was doing when you picked up that phone.
Twice as good. So do y'all have like a physical preference when it comes to dating?
I think everybody does. I think everybody, to say that you don't, I think you lying. Because I feel like physically, your physical attraction to me is the first thing that you're going to feel.
Right.
So I feel like people who be like, that don't matter, you're lying. Because if I see a girl standing over there, and the first thing I'm gonna notice about her is her is what you like. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now I'm interested. Now I want to holler. So I think everybody has a physical preference. I'm not gonna say I'm shallow. Like if I vibe with somebody and we vibing and you catch my attention, then whatever it's gonna be after that.
So what if a girl like shot at you, but she wasn't all that cute in the face? She was, she wasn't your type, because I don't know what your type is. Like, would you just be like, good, or would you be like, what's up? We vibing, we good?
How I feel about that situation is, if we vibing and you bring it to the table just as much as I'm bringing to the table, or the same, why not?
Even if she's not your type physically.
Even if she's not my type physically, because at the end of the day, if I'm building that up towards that, it's like, why is she not my type if I'm liking her?
Mm-hmm.
So,
see, I can't get past that.
If you vibe with somebody,
I can't get past that.
There's something about it.
Yeah, so like, because it's a natural attraction
there.
Because
are you stuck in your ways?
No, but I feel like, so this is something else that I feel, because I feel like when you get to, like when you like somebody and you're attracted to a person, so attraction is so much more than, oh, you're cute.
It is.
You know what I mean? So somebody might not be your type. I am not a shallow person. I have dated people of all spectrums. You know what I'm saying? Like I've dated a nerd, I've dated the jock, I've dated the rich person, I've dated the poor person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't have a specific type, but it's all about attraction, how we get along. Because if I like you, like I'm going to be attracted to you. If I have sex with you, then something about me attracted me to you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What if, so I've had, and I didn't mean to cut you out, but you saying that, but I've had a situation where I was like vibing with this dude, but his breath stunk.
And that's
not
unattractive.
even that, but his teeth, like
that's unattractive.
That's one like
and
hygiene, oral hygiene, all that stuff. But we connected though, like. So I was just stuck, like, what do I do? I mean, it ended up not working out, but like in the process, I was thinking like, do I cut it off? Would I really like him? Like, oh my God. So I said, what's up? Like, what if you was vibing with somebody like that?
Yeah.
But on that same
but
point,
you can't, give it the rap.
If you liked him so much, right? Did you tell him he had funky breath, or you just kept it? You know what I'm saying?
But you might not be looking for that. Maybe he wasn't looking for him for that reason because
he knew that. I didn't even have to tell him. He knew.
I mean,
but at the same time,
true. What you could have told him.
Listen.
This dude I was talking to one time, right? I wanted to spend the night at his house, but you know how y'all men, y'all keep y'all bathrooms and stuff, right?
No,
dirty as hell.
If I can get up and clean myself, I can get up and clean a damn
I'm
bathroom.
raised by a single woman.
Okay.
Well,
typical man's bathroom is not. And I told him, in order for me to stay the night at your house, you have to clean your bathroom.
Yeah.
A shallow person would have been like, what you mean? I'm done. It's nothing. But he did it. He cleaned his bathroom.
You gotta understand, like for me, for instance, that's where I spend. You know what I'm saying? 70% of the time,
The bathroom? Where was you in that bathroom?
No, just listen. Listen, because just listen. Just hear me out. You know what I'm saying? we spend a lot of time in the bathroom. We shower in the bathroom, wash our face in the bathroom, brush our teeth in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Do your squats in the ones and twos in the bathroom. I'm saying at 70% of the time, that's where we go to where we have to get ourselves together. You know, not me spending 70% of the time in the shower looking like a raisin when I get out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean it like that. So y'all ain't never been in the shower and you get out your hands looking like California raisins.
That's everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
sometimes the shower comes from a place.
Yeah.
You're getting after a long day.
yeah.
Some music playing. You'll be in there for a minute. You didn't already shower.
Hey, playing the same song like 3-4 times. Like, hey, boy, they
He coming out the
this right
run that back.
Run that back, Turbo.
Don't step out. It's too dangerous stepping out of the shower.
Definitely cannot step out.
No, but to go back to your question, I think that all ties into attraction because certain hygiene is important to you. So this person might have the whole entire package, but they don't take care of their hygiene.
Yeah,
And
that's the most important part.
yeah, and so that doesn't make you a bad person for not liking them because their breath stinks.
They're a bad person for not. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, honestly,
We
why
too old.
would you
We too
do
old.
that? Why would you date her? I have to ask him.
Okay,
Oh my God, I
I got another
should got me
question.
fucked.
Yeah.
This is a question for the women. All right, this is a question for you too, man. All right, let's say if you had a past, you know, you cleaned yourself up, would you not mess with somebody on what they dealt with in the past and they got a bright future, or how would you go about that? Let's just say if, you know what I'm saying, for instance, this girl, you know what I'm saying, she screwed the whole football, basketball team. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, she got older, she got some class behind herself, she treated herself with respect. You said the same thing for, you know what I'm saying, men, you know, whole volleyball team, you know what I'm saying, he did that, you know. How would y'all feel about that?
To me, the past is not my business. You know, like I feel like now we live in Wyandotte County. Everybody knows everybody. You know, so that's like one thing for me to consider. But at the same time, like if you treat me good, like I don't, because we're 27 years old now. You know, at this point. And so am I going to be worried about your high school reputation? Oh yeah, you used to, like that don't matter. We've been out of school for 10 years. Now, it might be a little different, you know, for women, you know, well, for men in terms of women because of how they view women. And once she's a hoe, she's always going to be known as a hoe. But I just feel like in our adult life, you don't want to be that person that dies lonely because you worried about some shit she did back before anybody even came to know what they was even looking for in life. And that's just my take on that.
I would say for me, like, I feel like a few months ago, I was like talking to this guy who was the high school, everybody wanted him, So I gave him a chance, and he was like he's a cool dude. Like, he's trying to get himself together, taking care of his kids, he working all the time, like, he doing good. But it's just like, I couldn't do it. And then too, I don't have children. So when I meet men who have multiple kids, multiple baby mamas, it's hard for me. Yeah. So I feel like that too was a huge factor, along with the whole phase he had that I low-key still think he going through a little bit. So I try to be understanding. I'm understanding to a lot of things, but it's like that whole phase and all that shit, that's hard for me. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah, but you also have to evaluate where that person is in life because if you was a hoe in high school and you stepped to me and you got multiple kids and multiple baby mamas, you're automatically disqualified.
Yeah.
Just for that reason itself.
He was cool. Like, we went on a date, like everything was cool. I was like, how long am I liking you a little bit? Then I was like, nah, I'm good.
Because you're not cautious enough. Like, all right, I have a kid now. My son is 2. I know good and goddamn well kids do not come. There's no accident behind that. You see what I'm saying? So when I see a man that has multiple babies with multiple women, that's like the biggest turn off in the whole world. Yes. On top of that, it makes me think of AIDS, coronavirus. Something. I mean,
the corona. I thought that shit was.
I'm pretty sure
it's respiratory. So I would say anything to do with respiratory.
But y'all breathing on top of
kissing,
each other,
breathing
right here with it, like
No.
that corona. So I'm thinking about all that.
Yeah.
Nah, I can get with that. I mean, me personally, I if you ain't smashed one of my homies or some niggas that I know, then that ain't my business. At the same time, I think at some point, like I feel like everybody in their past, like you said, when we younger, we kids. Like we don't know what the fuck. You know, when I was in high school, I wasn't worried about what I'm gonna be doing now at 29. So you're gonna do some shit. But I do think it need to be a cap on that shit. Now, if you just slept with 500 motherfuckers, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to let that go. Because
so
now,
you know such and such.
Because you like, I feel like everybody likes that little aura of the person I'm with isn't accessible to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had this person that I'm with. So when you with somebody and it's like, if I'm with a chick and every time I go out, and nigga like, oh yeah, I used to back in the day. You hear that two, 3 times, you gonna be like,
bro. You trying that,
man, like
you got that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, everybody has a past. It just depends on what you can deal with, what you able to accept. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
So, what if you spent a good amount of time with a person? So, you know, like say you're dating and you get to that point where you're like, all right, so now we kind of need to evaluate where we're going to go. So, clearly everybody has been to that point. And it just hasn't, you know, made it quite there. What do y'all feel like stops y'all? Like, what is it that keeps you from taking it to the next level? Because I know that, like, maybe it was a few years ago, but she was in a relationship for a minute. So, yeah. So, do you feel like it's a rush now, or are there certain things after spending so much time in that relationship when dating somebody new, and you're like, okay, been there, done that, seen that? Like, what stops you?
That's a good question. I just feel like if that shit don't go where we want it to go, it was something, you know what I'm saying, that just was holding me back. Like, it could be red flags that I'm seeing that I'm too familiar with, like I done seen this type of behavior before. And I'm a very blunt person. Like if I'm dealing with somebody and I start to see too many things I don't like, and that vibe start, you know, wearing off, then it's like, what's the point of trying to stay together and keep building to get to this point when it's, you know what I'm saying, it's not headed there no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can, like I said, that honeymoon phase, you can be dating somebody, y'all decide to get together, everything good. But then when you start seeing like flaws, the shit you don't like, shit that they doing, you know, they mindset, shit they saying, it's kind of like, nah, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to keep trying to go there because that's not gonna be a good situation.
And I can't even get into the relationship. I have to date for a long time. Mm-hmm. It takes so long for me to be like,
okay, let's do this. Let's be together.
Yeah, and especially with me having a kid now, like I don't understand. Like that has been super hard. You know, and I still don't even know when is a good time to introduce your mate to your kid because, like, in my mind, my son will be 15 years old before I genuinely, like, date on a serious level.
People
just
change.
Yeah, because people change and I want to introduce, or I'm like, we got to be engaged, and I'm like, well, dang, in my mind, that's too late. You know, because it's like, okay,
you got to spend the rest of your life with this person. Your kid
like,
ain't been around.
What if my kid don't like you? Exactly.
Right.
But it's like, now having a kid, I'm so like critical. Even like with his dad, we dated for 5 months before he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I'm talking about like dating. Like we didn't have sex for at least like 3 months. So we really spent a lot of time getting to know one another. Now, granted, we had a kid, we're not together anymore. Now I feel like when you have a situation like that, you kind of speed it up. You know, you speed it up, and now you got to see somebody from a different way. But I cannot date somebody, and I cannot, like, people date, and a month later, yeah, so we've been dating, we've been pretty constant, we're going to go ahead and call ourselves boyfriend and girlfriend. It's so much more to that than me. It's so much more to the title, like, and it's, like you said, the red flags. I be looking during the dating phase before I even call you my boyfriend at the red flags. Like, let me evaluate these. And I think that sometimes I would see everything. Like, I was just seeing too much as a red flag. Like, too many things were a red flag, which goes back to the expectations. You know, setting too many expectations too early on. Because some things might not be a red flag, but it's a trait. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is this person. Nobody is perfect. So I feel like red flags in 2020 are different than red flags in 1960. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a demand society. We want everything how we want it, when we want it, where we want it, and it better be there. And anything outside of that is inconvenient to us. I fear like marriage for our generation because we are so set on what we like. And we cannot accept things for what they are, you know, or we want to change everything. You see, everything is a movement now. You know, everything is a movement, and so that worries me. In like when it comes to getting married, or just maybe some things. Do y'all feel like y'all over assess situations? Like, do y'all feel like y'all like, okay, nope, red flag.
No, I wouldn't say that because some red flags could be just you getting an understanding on why they doing it. Like, why do you feel like this is right? You know what I'm saying? So once y'all talk out y'all differences on how you feel what's wrong was wrong, what's right, it could possibly change, but you never know until you speak on a situation of that red flag.
So let's throw out some red flags. What's a red flag for you?
Well, here's my thing. Everybody comes from different backgrounds.
True.
So this person can be doing certain things or saying certain things, but you know, if you don't understand a person's background, you're gonna be like, oh, hell no.
Right.
But if a
That's how they
person was raised a certain way, that's what they
That's
know.
why sometimes they
you
feel like the past don't matter. In certain extents,
Like
to certain extents it don't, but you gotta know where a person coming from
Yeah.
to, you know,
You
to see
definitely
who
have
they
to
are.
know
You know
that
what I'm
background.
saying?
But I also think that too, like at our age, maybe if we was like 22, 23, 24, that where you came from, we could use that as a crutch. But we have experience. You know what I'm saying? We've been through different situations. We know right from wrong.
But people still trying to heal from stuff, even in their 30s.
True.
Stuff. You know, like people are still dealing with stuff. Like I know quite a few people personally who just they can't get away from how they was brought up. Like they trying, but it's hard. So
And not even just family life. Like I know people that they've been in relationships that ended badly, and they still holding on to that, you know, so they still upset or feel some type of way about it, so it's hindering them from ever moving forward and trying to have something
And
that
I
they could.
you know what I'm saying? I can speak on that situation as well because, like, knowing what I came from, and then you give that person your time. Like, you know, I can say, you know, like my last relationship, it meant a lot to me because she was the first person that ever met my family. You know, mom's is, you know what I'm saying? She uses, she's a user. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? And then my grandma was the person that raised me. So it's like, I hold on to that dearly. And then as soon as you meet them and we break up and they like, where's she at? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how can I tell the people that raised me what's going on? So it's like, is it my fault that she left me because I didn't do something right? Or is it her fault? But you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bash this woman because at the end of the day, I was once in love with this woman. So on the contrary of just going through that, it's like I'm hurt because I showed you me.
Right.
I let you in my place. I'm not trying to say that I'm just a perfect guy, but you know, I have changed ways to make it to where you are settled in and you're at comfort because there was once upon a time I would let nobody in. So now it's like I let you in, you know what I'm saying? I gave you the key and it was like,
And that's where you can't lose that genuineness. You know what I'm saying? Because the person that you are, you're going to be that person no matter who you talk to, no matter who you come across. Like me, my fear in dating is that I know that I'm a good ass woman. I know that I give a lie. I know that I have my flaws, but I will give that early on. Yeah, that's my flaw. Is I will give my all early on.
Too early, and it's like,
before I be
what do I have to expect moving forward? Because you done did everything now, so it's like, what am I looking forward to?
And that's why dating is so important. Conversation. So when we are dating, do y'all have serious conversations during dating?
Conversations is a must.
Important.
Conversations is a must. For the simple fact is, I say conversations, this is just my opinion, because you see where somebody's mindset is. If you ask somebody a real question, like, why you asking me that for? You out of here.
So just so y'all know, you're playing Jeopardy.
Guys, what?
This nigga is playing Jeopardy. He said no.
Hey, that shit.
Why you ask me that? Nah, you ain't
score looking like? What you talk? You
Boy,
out.
ain't nobody ready about no credit score.
You out
So are you giving them type of vibes on the first date?
Nah, I would never give the type of vibes on the first date is asking what a credit score is.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Once you get to knowing somebody, it's like, let's see how you are mentally, financially, because at the end of the day, if we get married or something happens to me, we end up having kids. How are my kids gonna be when I leave? You know what I'm saying? How is the situation gonna be when I leave? I don't want you just out here flat out broke. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be mentally there as I can do this too, even though he's not here.
So do y'all believe in grooming a partner? Because I feel like after talking to like my people in my family, they've been married for years. You know what I'm saying? And every single person that is married will always tell you, this is not the person that I married. You know what I'm saying? The person that he is today is not the person that I married. The person that she is not the person that I married. And it's because, and not in a bad way,
Right.
I mean that they have grown. So, and that's another thing. You know, I feel like for me, balance is everything. So in a partner, I know where I slack off at. So one thing that's going to attract me to somebody is somebody that can teach me. Somebody that can show me a different way, show me something that I'm not used to, or show me just something that works for them. Because then if it gets to that point, then that's going to be the way that you are. Right. So do you feel like you have to be patient, or do you need that person? And this is completely you. Do you need that person to be that right up front?
No, because at the end of the day, we all grow with somebody. So we know they do's and they don'ts. We know wits and withins. You know what I'm saying? So with you taking that in consideration, you'll build that and you'll make your own concept of it. I know she don't like this, so how about this? Let's say your wife, husband, smoking in the house. You don't like it. They deal with it as in going outside. So you have to deal with that on certain situations, on how you see your partner. I don't like this, but you know what I'm saying? Let me see what I can do to fix it. So
I would say for me,
that
like one of my biggest purposes in dating and marriage and all that would be to evolve with somebody. Like sometimes that right one that's for you will bring out the best in you.
Right.
Like you done try to do everything you could to bring out the best in yourself, but sometimes that one person will bring out the best in you. And I know like a lot of people that I know that are married, they'll say, this woman or this man, you know, made me who I am today. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I want to grow, I want to evolve, I want to be able for us to change, you know, and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's one of my biggest purposes.
And you know what?
When it comes
My
to
bad for cutting you off, but I can actually say that. You know what I'm saying? Well, as you can see, I haven't dated or took anybody serious since 2018, since my last relationship. But I can say, with being with her, she has taught me a lot. You know, I was the type of person of, I ain't gonna go get my feet done, that's gay. You know what I'm saying? You know, I go get my feet done, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's the most important part of your body. You know
well,
what
y'all
I'm
don't be
saying?
understanding how important that is
So,
on men. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was some things that it was like I was opening up to, and I was willingly opening up to it because I seen her do it, and I seen how it brought happiness to her. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to make her happy too. Let me get this done. I ain't did it before in none of my other relationships, so it's just showing me something new.
doing different stuff,
So-
like, that shit be dope.
Yeah, I feel like when you get into a relationship, you're gonna have to grow. Like, you know, so everybody thinking, we're gonna get together and this shit gonna be like this right off the bat. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker you dealing with might not ever, you know, they might not know how to love. They might never receive genuine love. So maybe you gotta teach them that. Then that shit you're gonna have to compromise too. Some people get into a relationship and it's like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, I'm stuck in my ways. Well, hey bro, you gonna miss out on the good people potentially because you not
And
willing
I
to change
have,
who you are.
like I was always saying, like when I went through the heartbreak, you know what I'm saying, I did it when it was too late. You know, but I was in a spot mentally to where it was just like, I'm done. Like, I don't know what to do. I checked myself into counseling, you know, and at the time when she was telling me to go to counseling, I'm like, I don't need counseling. I don't need no counseling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put my business out there to these people so they can look at me any type of way. I don't even know these people. But, you know, I made that investment into myself. It wasn't even about the money or anything like that. I made that investment into myself to get me mentally straight back to where I am, even on further points. Because when we broke up, it was I was trying to get revenge. You hurt me, I want to hurt you.
Right.
But as in going alone, it's like, man, come on, bro, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I love this woman, so why would I want to put this woman through hurt because she put me through hurt? It was a reason why she did it, because she was tired of my shit. So I just started realizing more, like, you know what I'm saying? It is me, because I was the type of person where I felt like I couldn't talk to her about certain situations because I didn't want her to judge me. I didn't want her to see that I was soft. But at the end of the day, it was like I should have talked about these situations. It's like a woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I didn't do
So
that.
Derek,
So
with your breakup, cause how long were y'all together?
About
For
2 years. About 2
So
years.
how did you feel? Like, that's a long ass time.
And then
I ain't
from
never had no
15 to
relationship.
So,
25, yeah.
like, how did you feel spending all this time with this person, created all this history, memories, probably went through hell and back? Like, how did you feel after that breakup?
Honestly, after the break, like when we broke up in 2015, I was good. And I'm gonna tell you why. Like, a lot of people don't believe me when I say it, but like, we had been together for so long and we had went through so much shit leading up to us, you know, me finally in the relationship, that I was preparing for this shit to happen. Like, I had already got myself mentally ready. Like, this is not the woman I fell in love with. We're not vibing. The relationship is not the same. Like, and I had to make that choice to be like, the best thing to do is end this. So when I ended it, it's like, I ended it, she moved out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the place we was living in at the time. And so I had them nights where I'm sitting there like, damn, I really been with this motherfucker from the time been knowing her since I was 11, been with her from the time I was 15. We broke up like some months before we turned 25. So I sit there some nights and be like, damn, that's a long ass time. Like, this the only woman I done ever knew. Like, some of the greatest moments of my life have been with her. But it's like, you gotta let that shit go in order to blossom and be who you need to be. You know what I'm saying?
you know you was married, right?
No, we was engaged.
In the state of Kansas, y'all been with each other for 5 years, boys.
Well, that's what I was just about to say.
And
It's
that's
so
a big
easy
fear
to
of me,
stretch
too.
yourself out. And like you said, I think that comfortableness is something that is natural. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's important to me, because, you know, the person that I'm dating, we didn't cry together. And that was just having
Sis
a
got a man,
conversation.
you hear it? She got a man. Period.
But that's just like off of intimate conversations, and that's like that trust. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not going to bring you around you bring you around the people that I love if I can't trust you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I cannot, and this is even down to people that I choose from friends. I'm so not cool with people that try to make themselves seem comfortable knowing that they fucking suffering on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just not a genuine person to me. That's not genuine in your interactions, because I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? If something is on my mind, I'm gonna be like, babe, all right, you know what I'm saying? Or you might even be able to tell, because my attitude is all fucked up, and you ask me, I'm going to talk about it. So, and just friends, I might be venting to you. But if you can't come and be real with me about yourself, then I really can't bring you around. And then that is what allows you to stretch yourself out. Because see, on the inside, that is, to me, that's what having a partner is. A partner is so much more than, oh, let's get married, let's do this. That is your confidant. You have to be able to talk to this person about everything. Y'all have to be able to have these uncomfortable conversations. If we can't talk about the uncomfortable things, then it's not real to me. Because I want to know, if I did this, would that be the end of us? You know what I'm saying? If you did this, would that be the end of us? If this was to happen, how would you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Just different conversations to be like, well, let me think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to, for me, that's going to give me a very good idea of where I'm about to go with you.
And I feel like if you're not mentally eased by being with that person, physically, you're not going to be there.
No, you can be there physically.
The reason why I say that is because, you know, different relationships bring you different things. If your mental state is not right to be with that person, why be there physically? So if you suffering in the inside, as in that part, it's like you're gonna be that person that's always gonna expect something more, because in your mind
you
you're
want them
like,
to make up for what you were
exactly.
missing. Yeah.
So do y'all sometimes feel like y'all are meant to be single? Like, do y'all just be feeling like, you know what?
You know what?
Nope.
I just don't think.
No.
Well, we
No.
know you.
'Cause I know since I was 5 years old, I know I'm getting married. The Lord told me.
You know what? It was a point in life where I just felt like, oh, well, Brent, you give so much good advice to me. Why are you single? And it's like, sometimes I'd be like, I think I'm meant to be single. I think I'm meant to see other people around me as happy as me, because it's like something that I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. As I was telling you, the reason why I was single was because I felt like that was my opinion, but it's something that I'm doing wrong. So I'll be like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just meant to be single at this time because, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let me find myself more. And it's some things like people do not take in consideration. Do not lose yourself trying to find yourself.
Right.
You know, that's real important. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, all there is you. Before you hop in that relationship, one thing I didn't do, I didn't love myself. I tried to love this person as much as I love myself because I wanted that person to stay. I wanted that person to give me that comfort, you know, but at the end of the day, I would need that comfort for myself, because when they leave, then what I'm gonna do? I'm just cut, you know. So it came to the part, it was just like, I have to love me, but with me loving me, I feel like I'm meant to be single until I find me.
Yeah, I don't think nobody's meant to be single forever. Like, I feel like everybody should go through a stage in life where it's just them, because I feel like too many people is going from relationship to relationship to relationship. So you carrying baggage, creating new baggage, and you just all lost. You know, you mentally and emotionally lost. So I feel like, you know, the best thing for me after being with somebody for 10 years, I was single legitimately for like 4.5 years before I started to seriously date somebody again.
And you know.
And it was all about finding me. It had nothing to do with being hurt or pain. It's like, I've been with somebody for 10 years. I'm not gonna act like I'm mentally capable of committing to somebody. But I feel like there's somebody out there for everybody. That's, you know, I'm not perfect. I have flaws. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna be willing to love me and accept them flaws the same way that I'm gonna be willing to love them and accept flaws that I'm willing to accept them.
Since my
The doors of the church are open, okay?
Because I was talking to this guy, and I probably shouldn't even say that. So I was talking to this guy, and I didn't like certain things about him. And it was very shallow. I'm not even gonna say when I tell y'all. I'm gonna say it was the shirt. Say he wore this shirt, or he wore the same shirt all the time. Right? He wore the same shirt all the time. That's what we're gonna use as the example. And I already told him about the shirt, but you kept wearing this shirt, right? But the shirt is like the biggest turnoff to me. So at that point, I like you. I know that you like me. I've already expressed to you what turns me off. You've already expressed to me that that's what makes you comfortable. So now I'm gonna feel like a bitch. So I'm gonna leave you alone because I don't feel like I need to change you. I feel like there's somebody that's gonna come along and that's gonna love him and that goddamn shirt.
That's what I said earlier. It's about compromise. Like, we go into relationships, and it's just something natural about most of us where we want, like you said, we want the shit to be how we want it. And it's like, you can't change nobody. You know, some people either gonna look at you and be like, okay, I love this person enough, I'm gonna change these things that she's having a problem with or he's having a problem with.
But it's always
if not,
that person.
If not, you can't change nobody.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
how long do y'all be waiting for somebody to change what you don't like? Because listen, I done been in situations where I'm like,
I think if a person is genuinely interested in you,
they will change it.
Yeah, they're gonna change it. As soon as you
Expeditiously.
express, it's gonna be an immediate change. It's not gonna be nothing. Like it's not gonna be, especially if y'all vibing and y'all feel the exact same way about one another. As soon, that's just like if my new baby was to tell me he didn't like something, I'm be like, all right, I'm gonna think about it. But then when you really think about it, it really might be some bullshit. Like,
yeah, that's what I said. You gotta think about it and think if you're willing to compromise or not.
And if that's not something you're willing to do, then that person is not for you at all. That's a word. Speak on it. The Lord put that on our hearts.
Lords, right?
What?
Lords.
Okay. So now we kind of know, like what would you say? What would we all say? I'll start. Is your biggest flaw about yourself? Like, what do you think turns people off from you? Me, I think that I might. All right. Well, one, I think that people perceive me. They perceive me as I think that I'm a goody two shoes, and I don't think nothing like that. Like when people first meet me, they might come off. Maybe because it's how I talk, which I don't even think that I talk one type of way, but maybe it's because I'm very confident or I keep my head up high. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know, but I think that people automatically feel like they need to impress me. And I hate that, you know what I'm saying? Because people feel like they do have to impress me, and I'm just not that. So I think that people are turned off by me they automatically think that I'm above so many things.
I would have to say with me, my turn off to myself is that I'm self-conscious about my body. Because like right now, let's say we in school, whatever. I dealt with a lot of mental abuse. Oh, you fat, ain't nobody messing with you. I dealt with that from my father too. So it's like I live with that. So it was like, what can I do to fix it? So I tried to be somebody that I wasn't. Trying to go to the gym, be the jock, you know what I'm saying? But people in this growing up now, it's like big people are in.
Right.
But I still feel like, you know what I'm saying? I was just self-conscious about the situation because growing up, you know what I'm saying, from this age to this age, that's all I heard. So it was in my mind to like, ain't nobody gonna want me because I'm fat.
Right.
So I dealt with that.
With me, I would say I hear a lot from people, females, they'll be like, well, you're an asshole. And I think the reason...
Interesting.
Real talk. I think the reason is because, like, I'm so blunt. And it took time for me to become that way. When I was in that past relationship, I bent over backwards to try to make this woman happy and accept shit that I no way in hell today. That same shit, you out of here right now. You gotta go. But back then, I'm thinking like, because I love her, we together. Like, I gotta keep figuring out ways to make this shit work. Now it's like,
it's either gonna work.
Now it's like, if I don't like something, I'm gonna speak on it.
Right.
And people would be like, well, it's a certain way you should speak on it, and they're probably true. But I feel like I want to say it to you the way it needs to come out. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat shit because sometimes when you sugarcoat shit, they're not gonna get the message.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
for instance, if my woman dressed in a certain way and I'm like, babe, like that's cool, but maybe you should try something else. She probably gonna be thinking, whatever, I'm gonna just wear this. But if I'm like, babe, now that dress, take that shit off. We're gonna go buy you a new one because that shit's not it. Then that shit gonna stick in her head like, nah, he wasn't fucking with this dress. You know what I'm saying? So I think people take that me being blunt is like me being an asshole. I'm really not. I just don't ever want you to think like this nigga being fake. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't telling me the real. Like, nah, I'm gonna tell you this shit how you need to hear it, how I want to deliver it to you, and if you got a problem with my delivery, we can talk about it after that. But right now, this shit got to come out. It has to come out.
But I said what I said.
Break your heart right quick. That shit ugly. You gotta fix it.
That's me. I'll say it. I can't help but to say it.
And then I didn't even have, I done had a few chicks tell me I'm conceited, which I don't think so. Like when I was younger, I had acne real bad. Like that was shit I got teased about. So it's like once I grew up, you know what I'm saying, you grow into your manly features, you know what I'm saying, you start, you know what I'm saying, I feel like everybody should have confidence in themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying, one of the things my mama did, like when I was struggling going through that phase in middle school and high school, having acne bad and shit like that, she would always tell me like, son, hold your head up high. Like, you know what I'm saying, when the time comes for you to be that nigga, you gonna be that nigga, and they don't want you. And all the motherfuckers who didn't want you then gonna want you, and that shit is fact. So like motherfuckers be like, you know what I'm saying, I just recently cut my hair off like last week. I'm going back to my waves, so I'm going through that phase. And like, you know what I'm saying, so like saying? I brush my hair a lot. Or like when I get dressed up ready to go do something, I might be in the
One of
mirror
them
like,
chilling with the boys.
you know what I'm saying?
brushing
Like,
it.
yeah. And chicks would be like,
He's like, oh boy, I'm poetic justice.
yeah. And chicks would be like, you know what I'm saying?
Take your punk ass brush.
You conceited. And it's like, nah, I'm not conceited, but I didn't deal with being, you know what I'm saying, in the past when I was younger, being talked about so harshly and brutally that it's like now you can't tell me shit because nothing you can say is gonna change my perception about me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's
like
just
that.
kind of weird to me because me being older, my goodness, it's so mesmerizing looking at a man get himself together.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I
you
go to the
just
barbershop
look and
with
you
you,
like, oh, he
please.
putting on his, oh, okay, you shaving.
Yeah.
Oh, you looking in the mirror.
You know what I'm saying? Now we older,
Here,
we
let
in
me
the
fix it for
we
you.
in the
My bad. They got it.
Yeah, let me see.
Nah, dude, you ready to take another shower? I just got out.
Right.
It's time.
Come on, we gotta get
So,
back in. Might as well get us in the shower. Get
You know
over
what I'm
it.
saying? We older, we getting into self-care and
Right.
shit and shit like that. So it's like, I'm not conceited. I just care about my appearance, my upkeep,
That's
shit
very
like that.
important.
And I done had a few
And you
chicks
know,
like, you're conceited. And it's like,
Growing
no, I'm
up,
not.
I came up with my theme, you're your own commercial. You never know who's looking at you. You never know what type of attraction that you're bringing to somebody. So what are you going to show that person in that 30-second commercial that you got for yourself? Somebody can judge you from the top to the bottom and don't know shit about you.
Yes, that's just like my mom. She did not allow us to leave the house. My mama would never allow us to leave the house with a bonnet on our head. We couldn't go to the store with her in pajamas.
Yeah, my
No
mama too.
scarf. She's not playing none of that. Now you might see me out in some sweats and a t-shirt and not giving a fuck.
Bum day.
Yeah, but
Color
you'll never
code.
see me just walking out the house.
Because you can be comfortable and still
Yeah.
be
Presentable,
But
yeah.
because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie to you. That turns some men on. Like, damn, she even look good with the PJs on.
Right.
Fuck what you look like when you dressed up. I need to see what you looking like when,
Take the makeup
when the
off,
makeup is
lashes,
off, when the
the
hair ain't done
wig.
up. Okay, you
Yes,
still
most
looking
definitely.
good? Okay, cool.
You a little dime,
Them,
okay.
them pink sweats looking real good under that.
Nah,
Boy.
Or,
Irritating. So, okay, so I have a question. So,
Y'all,
y'all
you ain't even answered the question yet.
I did.
yeah,
I shot it.
bro, they're trying to get up out this
So
shit.
I would say my biggest flaw is like I'm bratty as hell and like I have anxiety and so like it's gonna take a special type of man to deal with me because when it comes to like we're in the date stage and we plan a date and he like, all right, be ready at 7, I'ma come get you at 7:15, cool. It's 7:30, I ain't heard from him. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like mine,
And
like,
you're
at that
blocked.
point, my anxiety kicked in.
Immediately.
I'm like, hold on, wait a
You
minute.
didn't
Like,
you didn't call down
that's
to the
like,
jail?
I'm so
Your boy
quick
might have
to
got
just
pulled
go off
over.
on somebody. I think that's like my biggest fault. Like I'm bratty as hell, and if shit don't go as planned, like in the beginning, I feel like okay, once we've been in it for a while and that little shit happening, cool. But it's like in the beginning,
Yeah, you
I
gotta
need
come with
everything
your
to
A
go
game.
accordingly, and that like that's
What
a
if-
huge flaw for me.
But what if the traffic was fucked
It's
up? and he
Okay, he
was-
could have called me.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
One of
communication.
the
Don't
one of
show
the
up.
Well, that's what I gotta put out there because I'm gonna have
Oh,
something.
I was about to say.
I'm funny.
Hey,
I'm funny. You do that, I'm
Calm
taking all
down.
my clothes off.
Okay, I'm
You
going to
gonna
bed.
FaceTime me like, oh, you
Nah, matter of
doing
fact,
that?
I'm going out with the girls. Fuck
Yeah,
the
I
bullshit.
went back to
Like,
sleep.
yeah.
So, oh yeah, I ain't even at home no more.
Right.
Man.
Then I'm getting cussed out, all kind of bit. Yeah, okay, nigga, but yeah. So that's mine. Yeah.
I don't know why women expect men to be on time when they never on time when they got.
Oh, I be on time.
Okay.
That's why I be upset.
Now, now piggybacking off what he just said, and I feel like when you really trying to impress a motherfucker, you gonna try to have them I's dotted and T's crossed.
Period.
But at the same time, though, when we talking about being on time, I didn't went to pick some chicks up for a date, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be there 7:30. I pull up 7:20. I'm 10 minutes early, and it's
That's your fault.
hey, yeah, let me finish.
You watch
I'm just showing up early. What'd you say? If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. But nah, you pick though. So I'm gonna pull up at 7:20, but I ain't gonna let you know I'm outside till 7:30. I just want to make sure I was there on time. 7:30 come. I'm in the beginning stages. I'm gonna walk up to the door. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the hey, I'm outside. I feel like once you get comfortable, you can be like, yo, I'm outside, and then still walk up to the door because I open car doors and shit like that.
Most definitely, I'm the person of if I did this to get you,
you gotta keep doing it.
Ladies, y'all do this. They single. They available. They open the doors. What's up?
Listen,
okay.
Y'all don't know how many chicks you pull up for the day, like, yo, I'm here. Oh, come in. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take me like 10 to 15 minutes to finish getting ready. Yeah. Listen, I told you I'm going to be here at 7:30. You still putting your face on. You know what I'm saying? You still getting
y'all probably like, y'all ain't even got to do all that.
If I pull up to your house, we're going on a date and you're not ready, I'm most anticipated at that point. I don't even want to see you. Where you at? I'm outside waiting for you. Because I want you to walk out the door like, damn, that's what I waited for? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it like that too.
So you ain't gonna be mad if she's 20 minutes
like that she's late a little bit.
It depends on
how late it is.
It depends on what
I give you that 5-10 minute grace period. That 20-30.
That's the killer.
It depends on what we want to see the movie or something.
That's crucial.
The movie starting at 7 and we get there, it's 10 minutes into the movie. So it's like, we just missed 10 minutes of the movie.
It ain't even that.
Now I can say,
I'm like, hey, don't call me at this time because I'm going back to see that movie because you wasn't there.
I'm dead.
And I'm cussing you
out. See, I can even say I might be a little late on the movie day, but it's because I be knowing you got that 15-minute grace period.
Oh yeah, them previews. You know you got
what it is. We know Chrissy. She probably didn't watch it on Fire Stick.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it a little bit.
Honestly, when I have a plan for one, I have to start getting dressed like 3.5 hours early. And I don't even be doing nothing. It's because I change my clothes so much.
Oh my gosh.
That is where it starts. I want to get dressed.
You gotta be early because when you be looking at time, you be thinking like, oh, it ain't gonna take me that long to get ready. And then when it's time for you to start getting ready, it's like, damn,
I can say I would organize in my last relationship. Now it's like, I'm gonna wear this that day. I'm gonna wear this that day. And I'm not gonna change it up because at the end of the day, I already know what I want. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I already have it in my mind. I'm about to be nice. You know what I'm saying?
I can't do that. I can go buy an outfit. If I buy an outfit a week in advance, I probably wouldn't even wear that outfit. I'll probably go the same day and go get an outfit.
See, that's a woman thing though. Men, we more.
Oh, what?
I went on a cruise in December with my friends, a 5-day cruise. I had all my outfits laid out day by day. This is what I'm wearing on this day. This is what I'm wearing on that day, and that's what I wore. It didn't change up. Like, but
I would
women,
be upset on a cruise. I need like 6 suitcases.
Yeah, 10
shoes, pants, skirts, dresses.
We don't need all that. We good. We know what we're wearing.
I'm bringing 3 clean shoes that I can mix and match with each outfit.
There you go.
Alright, so as we wrap this segment up, okay, so what do y'all think y'all future is looking like in regards to dating? Do y'all think y'all are y'all out there right now, or are y'all chilling? Are y'all planning on getting back out soon? Like, how y'all feeling about the dating scene?
How I feel about the dating scene for me is, I want to be 1,000. That's how.
Alright, DJ Kelly.
No, I ain't got a chandelier.
Be the best.
But you know what I'm saying? What I mean about 1,000, I want to be fulfillment and whole to a woman. I want to give this woman my all as in I gave her my last. I don't want to half step on nothing because I wouldn't want her to half step on me. So why would I have to put up with something that I don't want to have to put up with? I can't say I'm not really into the little dating scene because I feel like my alpha male weighs out on being aggressive. So it's just like, I'm gonna just do me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my career up. I'm gonna get this bag.
I think that for you, you could probably benefit a lot from not giving so much so early. To genuinely evaluate the people and get to know them, because it seems like you are stretching yourself out and you're giving way too much. And it's way too early before this person even deserves any of that.
Yeah, right. You gotta evaluate who this person is.
And I can probably say that because for the simple fact is, if I'm digging you, you know what I'm saying, where you working? I'm gonna pull up with the food, you know what I'm saying? I'm pull up with the flowers. Maybe that might just be too soon, but in my mind, it's like,
you can say it. You can say it.
Woman that you're dealing with, because you gotta know if some people have anxiety, they don't like to be the center of attention. So that might come off to them as you trying to do too much to it.
And that's the thing. If you have that anxiety and that woman feel like you're trying to do too much, with me, it's like I'm trying to show you that I'm actually that man that's gonna be there on time and make sure that you're good.
So just ask her, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about?
You need to have like questions set up. Like, let me ask these questions in the beginning.
You need to get a notebook and write down every question.
You know what? And it's kind of crazy because, like, on my days, I would write down how I feel about certain situations. Like, I just did one on how I feel about love. You know what I'm saying? I say loyalty, ovation, values, and encouragement. You know, and the reason why I feel like that and those stuck out with me because I am a loyal person. You know what I'm saying? We endure of what we give. So I feel like that too. So, I mean, in a mental state where I'm at now, where I was at years ago, man, I would, trust me, you couldn't talk to me about this shit. Man, I'm just out here trying to get my nut off and, you know what I'm saying, see what I can do. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to build. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build. You know what I'm saying? I even changed my dress code. You know, instead of going to go buy those $200 shoes, I'm going to go buy $200 blazers. You feel me? I want to look nice, you know, and I want to bring that different type of crowd out. Like, you know what I'm saying? This man is elegant. This man know what he wants. This man know how to dress in certain two ways, you know, because I can do this all day. Right. But ain't no man can't just get in there and, you know what I'm saying, pull out some nice ass Stacey Adams, some double strap monks and be out their way. So,
well, I would say that there's definitely going to be somebody out there for you. It might take a little time, but I feel like a woman is really going to appreciate all that because ultimately, like, that's what most of us want in a man. You know what I mean? Like, you might be a little clingy in the beginning, but you know, like, down the line, that's really what a lot of us women long for in a relationship.
I feel like probably most of the people that attract or is not trying to ask those questions on why do you do this so early. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, I really didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? My grandma loved me to death, you know, but my grandma can only show me so much. You know what I'm saying? From a woman's perspective, I went with, you know what I'm saying, treat this woman like you would treat me. You feel me? Grandma can get anything that she wants from me. My grandma can call me right now. I need $1,000. I'm going to go do that. Because at the end of the day, this woman raised me. I don't even want to ask you what you need it for. So in a relationship, I'm with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that it's tricking because at the same time, if I got it, that means I'm giving it to you because I got it, not because you need it. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And some people can take it as, oh, let me see how much I can get from this man. Let me milk this man and see what I can get. And it's like when he high and drop, I'm bounced. But you gotta understand, man. Then and now, I got that mindset to get it because if I got it sitting there, that means I can get it again.
But just because you have it to give doesn't mean you need to be so willing to give it, and
that's another thing. You know, it's not that I'm so willing to give it. It's like at the same time, if I know that you need it, and you know what I'm saying, we working on us, why not? Because at the end of the day, we're trying to build. So if you say you have this $1 million plan that you want to do, and you dating this man, and you know this man got $1 million, he don't want to give it to you, what you gonna do? You gonna try to get resources to get it where? Elsewhere?
But the thing is that I don't feel like we're adults, and when we're coming into relationships, we are still responsible for our own selves. So you should not be dating.
Extent.
No, ain't no to no certain extent.
You don't think so?
Because that's what makes a good partner. You don't want to be the only one that's giving, and never receive.
You're going to be dried out.
Yeah, you're going to be dried out. You're going to be dried out every single time. So I think that when you find a partner, you need to find somebody that is equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's going to do the same thing that you're going to do for them. Is that person going to be willing to get you out of a bind? You know what I'm saying?
One more question. How do y'all feel about this 50-50 situation? You bring 50 to the table, you bring 50
I don't agree with that.
I don't
agree with that.
Because I feel like 50 of you is still half-assed.
No, but the thing is, people are breaking down 50-50 in the wrong way. My parents were married for 21 years before they got a divorce. And my dad paid all of our bills. But my dad assumed that role as the head of the household. So there were certain things that my mom did. Now, she still went to work every single day. She still had to be responsible for the bills that she had to pay. But at the end of the day, there 50-50 is balance. There's balance to the household. And I'm telling you, for me, it does not pleasure me to have a man dependent on me to come with my half and who ain't ready to take care of his family. It does nothing for me. Because I'm gonna always be there. You know what I'm saying? When we fall off, you can definitely depend on me to pay all the bills. You can definitely depend on me to be there, to make up. I got the groceries, the kids, the this, the this, the this, the this. But if it's a problem for you to take care of us, to provide for us, to protect us, without wondering what I'm gonna do, I don't want you. I don't got nothing for you.
I mean, you seen Jody put the D's on the Toyota, man. You feel me?
The original question.
We didn't hear it all with this one.
We done hear it all. So, how you feeling about
The dating scene, man, I date, I pick and choose when I want to date. Like, a woman will really have to catch my attention in order to get me up to be like, okay, I'm gonna see it out there. So the dating scene cool. Right now, a young lady has my attention. She has my interest, so I'm gonna see what that's about. You know,
We don't see.
the dating scene is, you know, as of right now, is looking good.
I put it like this: stay your ass out them clubs. You're trying to get my attention. I ain't trying to see all that ass shaking all the time.
I gotta pause you on there because I go every now and then with the girls.
And you
Sometimes
do-
it's me.
No, but you don't go every week.
Oh,
You ain't trying to be improved,
I
you know
feel
what I'm saying?
that.
Smelling that Hennessy and ass all
feel
24.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but to me, at the age that I am right now, all that ass shaking, that do not turn me on no more. That does not turn me on. That is a turn off. If you can shake your ass on camera and show everybody what you're working with, I don't have nothing to look forward to in bed.
At home.
Or everybody know what I'm getting. And
Right.
it ain't. So,
You talked to such the one that was shaking her ass on live?
That's
Cuz.
bro.
Cause I know that thing was moving though.
Alright, well, we appreciate y'all for joining us on the show today.
We
I
coming
feel
back
like
with another
everybody
segment.
dropped some gems for sure. Listen, we got another segment coming up in this series. This was the single segment. This is the
Yeah.
dating and single
and
segment
this
right
was only the
here.
men. We gotta get the ladies.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I'm saying?
definitely-
We gonna have to definitely get the ladies'
Yeah.
whole point
Yeah.
of view. And then we're gonna bring it all together.
Yeah.
Getting bashed from here to
For
to the
sure.
end of the world.
Because this nigga did this and he had
Hold on.
it.
If I watch the episode and I hear period poo more than 3 times, I'm turning it off.
Period, bro.
Hey, you don't say the poo.
I'm gonna leave my mans
Right.
with this though. And somebody said this to me. One of my boys actually said this to me a couple of years back. Us as men, we get so used to the woman being the prize, right? And a woman is the prize.
Yep.
But don't short sell yourself.
Right.
Because you a prize too.
Right.
You know what I'm
Everybody was
saying?
going to
Because
treat
whatever
you
you
as
bring
a
to
black
the table
sheep.
is gonna be benefiting her just as much as what she brings to the table
Like
is
just
benefiting
last
you.
night.
So how you said you get into that, if I got it, she got it, that's cool. That's a man mentality. But she gonna have to show you
Yeah.
that she got you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, if we going on dates, because I'm a man, I don't have no problem paying for a date. But I'm gonna be watching to see if you ever offer to be
Right.
like,
Hurry
hey,
up and take
it's
that.
on me. I'm gonna
Wait,
take
I
you
know,
out
babe,
tonight.
I got it
You know
today.
what I'm saying?
You pay for our date.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's been for days, okay? It's okay. It's
I do have something that I want to give out to people. You know what I'm saying? With the dating scene.
Umar. Single bitches, I'm on your ass.
Nah, it ain't even about that, man. Before you hop in a relationship, man, love you. Most definitely.
You can't
For
love
sure.
yourself.
Mentally and physically, because at the end of the day, if you don't love you and you hop in that relationship not loving yourself, who do you have to come back on? You know, you can't give that person can't give you all their happiness. You have to be happy within, with yourself as well.
And loving you is
And-
not only, I like how I look, I like how this fits me. Loving
Yes.
you is knowing what you deserve, knowing what you don't deserve, and not settling.
Right.
That is loving
That
you.
mental,
People
that
forget
physical.
about that.
And you have
Yeah.
and the thing about it is you have to know your worth. If you know that you bringing this to the table and you can do this, that's a plus. Everything else that she does for you is just a bonus. You you know. So you have to progress in yourself in this relationship, knowing as I'm here to build. I'm here to give you my time, but at the same time, I want you to give me your time. I want you to give me your outputs on certain situations, so we can both build on that.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna close it out with this, like my auntie said. Sir, you can bring the table, I'm gonna bring the plates, spoons, and the forks, period.
I'm fucking with that. Hey, if you got that type of energy,
For
hey,
sure.
you are in my book. Don't think I'm gonna provide everything hand and foot,
Yeah.
and then you just ain't doing shit. It don't work like that. Some of
Just
y'all
sitting there
got
looking like,
yeah.
So
You gotta do
if
something.
I'm coming to the table with everything, and the first thing you do is pick up that fork and spoon and eat, you out of here.
I'm
this is true.
So if I come home from work, working 8, 10, 12 hours, I walk in the house, you don't work, and I walk in, ain't no food cooked, the house ain't clean.
Out of there.
What you been doing? You're out of here. What have you been doing all day? What have you been doing? You know what I'm saying? About that. I'm not fucking with none of that.
So I'm done with that now.
That day
You ain't
hard.
I always tell people, man, real talk, I tell people when they get in relationships, man,
Shit,
do
I
work
work
for
for
you.
I told you, I took
Do
off
work
the
for
day.
you.
Everybody talk about these
All
stipulations
day,
of
day,
50-50. This person do like, nah.
Do what work for you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like in the perfect world as a man, if you can
try to
take
get
care
out
of your
house,
family
you can. We can talk
without
about
having to depend on your woman bringing anything to the table to help you, then fine. But in the event that you can't, your woman's supposed to be your partner too. So if she gotta, if you gotta be 60-40 or 80-20, whatever, she needs to be helping you to make sure that y'all ain't going without.
And then in a lot of relationships, it don't be like that. You can be with your man or your woman and your significant other lose their job. You gotta hold them. So it's like you can't always just depend on
And
one person to do everything.
I did that, and what fucked me up was motherfuckers don't be having no bounce back. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at that too.
Yeah.
How can you bounce back?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do that shit by myself. Nobody can.
Shit, we can do it for a month or two, but after that, you have to figure this shit out.
This the heart of the dot. We climbing to the top. This the heart of the dot. The number one spot. This the heart of the dot. We climbing to the top. The number one spot. Ayy. This the heart of the dot. We climbing to the top. This the heart of the dot. The number one spot. This the heart of the dot. We climbing to the top. The number one spot. Ayy. Chrissy. Me. Heart of the dot. Ayy, ayy.